Hey, hello, how do you do? Shady Doorags here, and welcome to another episode of Episode Rundown, where I, Shady Doorags, run down the episodes of Miraculous, Tales of Ladybug and Cat Noir. And today we're looking at Season 2, Episode 8, Gigantitan, and that is very annoying to say. Like, I want to call it Gigantitan, but it's pronounced Gigantitan. Like, it's supposed to be gigantic and titan, which in itself is redundant, but then again, so is Gigantitan. So the episode starts off with Marinette and the rest of the girls in her class in her room. The only two missing are Chloe and Sabrina for a good reason. Marinette confesses to her friends that she likes Adrien and she wants to get them in on a plan for her to go on a date with him. And I found this part enjoyable. It was a lot of character-driven moments, and the girls acted like friends, teasing each other and whatnot. When Marinette says she confesses that she likes Adrien, she thinks that, oh, this is so embarrassing because nobody knows. And all the girls are like, duh, everybody can tell you like Adrien, Marinette, except for Adrien. He's the only one. Well, none of the guys seem to know either, because like Nino had no idea she liked Adrien. But they're discussing this, and there's this running joke where they're all their code names, because they're going to conduct this plan and be talking to each other over headsets. All the code names are flower names, and one of the code names is Rose, but one of the characters' names is Rose. And I see what they did it for, the joke, but it's like, why would you do code names with Rose if one of your characters is actually named Rose? But I see why they did that, believability versus reality. So they go to the park to conduct this plan. It's actually when I think back on it, it's a pretty good plan, except for one detail, and that's the fact that they're putting up a fake sign, which I'm pretty sure is illegal, to put up a fake no parking sign. But anyway, they go to, I said the park, it's not the park, it's the fountain that's right in front of the Eiffel Tower that has the view of the Eiffel Tower. I don't know what it is, but they go there because that's where Adrien is having a photo shoot. While there, a couple of things go wrong, specifically with Julica, who had one job and messed everything up. But a couple of things go wrong, but they adapt to the plan. Because they're doing all this, they're agitating Adrien's security guard. And he starts getting really aggravated, and Hawkmoth senses his negative energy. So Hawkmoth decides to target him with his Akuma. Meanwhile, there is this lady, and with her is the spawn of Satan. They do not get actual baby noises for this baby. They just have somebody doing a baby impression, and it sounds horrible. Like, if a real baby made the noises this baby was making, I'd be like, what is wrong with that thing? Like, that is not right. You need to get that looked at. But yeah, there's this lady, and she has this baby who wants a lollipop. Now, of course, it makes sense to most people's minds. A child wants a lollipop. But this lady says, you're too young for lollipops, suggesting that this baby has never had a lollipop before. How does it know what a lollipop is if it's never had one before? And how does it know it wants it? Just because it's colorful? There are a lot of colorful things out there. Why does it specifically want a lollipop? And throughout the episode, it gets things that it thinks are lollipops, and it tries to eat them. So it must know that it tastes good. Why doesn't it try to eat anything else that's colorful? Like, it really doesn't make any sense, but it's such a nitpick. It's such a nitpick that I'm having. Marinette tries to help out this lady, despite the fact that it's messing up her plans, and she does wind up helping the lady. Adrien's guard is about to get akumatized, but he finds Adrien and all his negative emotions disappear, which makes me think that he actually genuinely does care about Adrien as a person, rather than just, a lot of times when you work with people personally a lot, I've seen this in other shows, bodyguards or personal chefs or stuff like that, they become your friends. So he sees Adrien, he gets, all his negative emotions just leave. And the Akuma, no longer sensing his negative emotions, goes to the closest negative emotion to him, which is the baby crying. And Hawkmoth thinks, okay, I didn't plan this, but maybe this is a really good thing after all. What's worse than a brat throwing a temper tantrum? This is dumb. This is really dumb. I'm just saying, this is just a stupid idea. Hawkmoth can't even fully control his akumatized victims. While he does have influence over them, he can't 100% fully control them. Why would you give powers to a baby which cannot be controlled? And Hawkmoth is a dad. Unless he was just completely not at all not there with Adrian, he should know that a baby is one of the least things you can control ever. So this plan is just dumb. And I've noticed throughout the past couple episodes, they've been kind of dumbing down how serious we're supposed to take Hawkmoth. Like, he has been outsmarted or talked back to by his victims a lot. First it was with Robustus, and I actually gave him credit because it made Hawkmoth seem pretty epic, because he was killing his own, he was destroying these missiles left and right. But then it happened with, what's that lady's name? The Santa Claus knockoff lady, Bifana. It happened with Bifana, and she was like, oh, you have to say please. And it's like, he actually says it. I'm like, this is supposed to be a villain I'm taking seriously. A villain who would say, you will do what I say or I will take your powers away. And now he does this dumb idea with this baby who's not going to listen to him at all. And throughout the episode, he's just like trying to pull out his hair because this baby won't listen to him. And I'm like, if you keep doing this show, I'm just never going to take Hawkmoth seriously. Like, I feel like I'm supposed to take him seriously, but throughout these episodes, I'm not. So, the Akuma goes to the baby, and he makes it simple. He says, you'll be big and strong and be able to do whatever you want. And the baby becomes Gigantitan. Gigantitan. Jeez. Okay, he becomes Gigantitan. So Cat Noir and Ladybug show up, and the baby acts like a baby, except for the horrifying noises that's coming out of its mouth. And it goes after everything it thinks is a lollipop trying to eat it. It's actually fascinated with Cat Noir because he's a cat. So, it's all like, kitty, I want the kitty and stuff like that. So it's all about these two characters trying to lure a baby. But there is one part that kind of ticked me off. I know why they did it, but it kind of upset me a little bit. And it was, Ladybug says, let's get him under the Eiffel Tower. I'll use my yo-yo strings and create a playpen, and then we can just destroy his bracelet from there, because his bracelet is what the Akuma was in. And Cat Noir says, that sounds a little complicated. Can't we just use your lucky charm? Now, they did this so that Marinette could learn the lesson she's supposed to learn in this episode, which they actually handle this much better than they do in other episodes where she just randomly learns a lesson that really doesn't have anything to do with anything. This lesson actually refers back to Ladybug and Marinette, and that's that sometimes you don't need a complicated plan, sometimes you just need to get down to the point. But it upset me because she has constantly relied on this lucky charm, and it's an insta-win item. Why would you not use the insta-win item? Why would you default to a plan? If you're playing a game or something, that makes sense, but Marinette is the one who takes being a superhero like a job. And so Cat Noir says, can't we just use your lucky charm? And she says, if it's too complicated for you, just do what I do. And they really just dismiss that she has this insta-win item that she can use, and instead is opting out for an extremely complicated plan. So they get the baby in the pen, but it turns out to be too strong for them, and they wind up using the lucky charm anyway. Again, with the lesson being that sometimes you just need to get to the point and not have to do with complicated plans. This is just a moment where the episode is treating itself episodic, but it doesn't always work with what's going on throughout the entirety of the series. So then there's also a moment where Marinette's friends, Alia and the gang, actually help out. Alia has legs of freaking steel as she's driving 4 people and a heavy sign around, moving faster than this baby can go. And the baby's moving pretty fast. Like, geez Louise. I think she goes upstairs too. Like, geez Louise, Alia. But they help out a little bit. I like seeing that. I like it when civilians or people who aren't superheroes help out with superhero stuff in ways that they don't get in the way, in ways that makes it seem competent. Because at the moment, Ladybug did need help. So eventually, Ladybug tricks the baby and they destroy the bracelet. And at the end, they're like, we can still make the plan work, blah, blah, blah. And Marinette says, no, sometimes you need to get straight to the point. So she just goes up to Adrian and just starts talking to him. And she tries to say, let's hang out, but she can't get the words out. She does manage to get a couple of sentences out, but she can't get the words, let's hang out. And his bodyguard is getting impatient. So Adrian says, well, can we offer you a ride home? And this is kind of exactly what she wanted. I mean, she had a more romantic vision in mind, but this was still a good opportunity. And she winds up saying no. It's kind of the episode saying she's taking baby steps. At least she got a couple of sentences out. Little problem with that. While I am glad that Marinette, is making some development, the little problem here is that there was this episode called Kung Food where she got a bunch of sentences out to Adrian. Marinette has talked to Adrian before a couple of times. So I kind of feel like more progress was made in the Despair Bear episode where she actually managed to dance with Adrian rather than this one where she got a couple sentences out. I see what they were trying to go for, but again, when you treat your episodes episodic, it doesn't, when Miraculous treats its episodes episodic, it doesn't work with how it treats its episodes, with a flowing narrative. So, all in all, this episode really annoyed me because just how ridiculous the entire concept was. And whenever they opt out to do I don't remember if I've said this before, but just in case, whenever they opt out to do just a one-time character and make them the villain, it's annoying because I know they're trying to go through the list of minor characters and make them all villains at some point. And I know that once they run out, they're going to have to actually focus on the plot. But when they bring in a one-time character to make them the supervillain of the episode, that feels like kind of cheating to me. Because now we can't get now we can't cross those characters off the list. Like, it would just seem really bad on their part to do any repeats of other characters. But I know we still have the bodyguard, we still have Hawkmoth's assistant, we still have Marinette's parents, we still have the mayor, we still have a good amount of people we have to go down. And I would like to just cross them out so we can get to the plot. I want some more plot, please. But yeah, that was Gigantitan. Gigantitan. Jeez Louise. Yeah, probably one of my lesser favorite episodes. I liked all the character stuff, even though it was very girly for my taste. I still liked it, developing the character stuff, but all the stuff with the baby and whatnot, that was just dumb. That was just really dumb. I did not like that. Let's not do that again, please. And that's it for this episode. I will see you guys next time for episode 9. This has been Shady Doorags. So long, farewell, Auf Wiedersehen, goodbye.